CoinDesk drops article on leaked documents saying Alameda Research and FTX is stuffed with FTT. Binance gets wind and decides to liquidate all FTT holdings. Rumors spread. FTX International suspends withdrawals due to liquidity crunch. Binance offers to buy FTX. Deal falls through after due diligence. BlockFi suspends withdrawals. FTX US suspends withdrawals. FTT loses 96% market value in 4 days, with an original market cap of over 3 billion now sitting at just 200 million. FTX then gets hacked for nearly 500 million, which turned out to be an inside job. Confirmation of SBF building a backdoor into FTX accounting software, allowing him to move over $10 billion without alerting anyone. Ethereum tanks 47% in less than 36 hours. Bitcoin hits 2-year lows. Solana crashes 68% in just 4 days. Holy Welcome back, degens and friends. It has been a wild past week in the crypto market and obviously the NFT market because they reflect on one another, or mostly the crypto reflects on the NFT market. And so it's just been this whole cascading snowball effect of a house of cards that you pull out the first card and then everything else crumbles because no real liquidity as collateral backing this type of event that unfolded. That's basically what happened in a nutshell. And then obviously there's a lot more cascading events that happened and it's all continuously unfolding, but that's the gist of it. Past 7 days, we were sitting at about $26 and now we are floating at $2.08. So if we go into the market cap, we can see that just 7 days ago, we were sitting at a $3.39 billion market cap. And now we are only sitting at a $276 million market cap. But anyways, that's obviously that caused a snowball effect for all the other cryptocurrencies. I think Solana was down like 65% in 48 hours, 65%. Ethereum down about 32%. Bitcoin now at, I believe, 48-month lows. Yeah, sitting at 16.8K. Not looking good from here. A lot of people are saying the bottom is in. I personally do not think the bottom is in. Do not try to catch a falling knife. You also have to understand that forced liquidation and margin calls are going to be a huge catalyst for more sell-offs to come. That's what I personally believe. If you don't understand what that means, it basically means you're over leveraged and you're forced to sell your position. And when you sell your position, what does that do? Obviously, it makes the price go down. So if a lot of entities and retail investors and traders are forced to sell their positions, we're only going to see lower and lower price offerings. That being said, that's not what this video is about. I just want to let you know what was going on in case you're a bit confused. Let's go ahead and hop into the projects for today. These are IP plays, and these are pretty interesting because one of them was a free mint that ended up hitting like $25,000 to $30,000 overnight, and the other one was not a free mint. It was a 10K collection, 10.4K, so 10,420. That was a failed mint. Now, the thing is, both of these projects, and I'm going to speak about both of them. The first one is going to be Krapopolis, and the other one is going to be called Gobblers. Now, if you didn't know, Gobblers and Krapopolis, they seem to have absolutely nothing to do with each other. These two collections are both by the co-creators of Rick and Morty. So if you don't know what Rick and Morty is, I am truly sorry for your loss. I don't know what you're doing with your life. You should probably get off this YouTube video and go binge watch it right now. You could probably skip seasons 4 and 5, but 1, 2, 3, and 6 are pretty fire. That being said, the creators of Rick and Morty are Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon. So Justin Roiland created Gobblers. At one point, the floor price for Gobblers was like 18 or 19 ETH. Again, this was a free mint. This was created, or this is by Justin Roiland, who is one of the creators of Rick and Morty. Now, Krapopolis is another collection created by Dan Harmon, who is the other co-founder of Rick and Morty. Now, what is very interesting about these two projects is that they are both on the complete opposite sides of the spectrum. One, obviously being a free mint, only having, I think, about 2K supply at the moment. So yeah, 2,037 items and having an immense amount of volume traded and a lot of hype. And then the other being a 10,420 collection that did not mint out, barely has any volume traded, and is currently sitting at a 0.136 ETH floor price. Now, what's interesting here is if we go over to Gobblers, we can see that based on their website, Gobblers is an experimental decentralized art factory owned by aliens. Gobblers centers around art created with the Gobblers draw tool. Here are some examples. So we can see a bunch of examples. I'm sure some of you know, or many of you should know, Vision by Vi, which is the owner, founder of Ether. So basically when you use the Gobblers draw tool, like you create this, your Gobbler gobbles it up, and then it displays it in here and it says, I believe forever. So as their name indicates, art gobblers gobble this art up and display it in their summit galleries forever. The goal is for every art gobbler to gobble the coolest art they can find, the ultimate mark of status in gobbler society. So it's actually pretty interesting. Imagine you had this art gobbler and then this artist made like the craziest art ever. It was super hyped, and your art gobbler ate that piece of art, and that's what was displayed inside of it. Well, your art gobbler is probably going to be worth a lot. Now, there's a lot that I'm not going over. There's a lot that I'm definitely missing. They also make this type of goo. Now that is all for our Gobblers. What I really want to talk about is Krapopolis, because this is the other side of the spectrum where they did a collection. The mint price was 0.18 ETH, 10,420, and they failed to sell out. They only sold 3,284 items. Now, what's super interesting about Krapopolis is that, like Rick and Morty, Krapopolis is actually going to be in animated TV shows coming to Fox 2023. Now, this has been confirmed. This is a real thing. It is going to be on Fox. Apparently, it is going to be airing just after The Simpsons, which is a widely popular show. And essentially, owning these crap chickens is going to be like an access pass to exclusive perks and stuff within the show. Now, here's where things get interesting and where I get excited. I personally have always been super interested in looking at NFTs from an IP perspective. That's why I always loved Azuki. Just the thought that Azuki could maybe one day create a crazy anime or a video game, or maybe not a video game, that would take a lot. They would have to raise a significant amount more funds for that. They could definitely do some type of anime series if they wanted to. And it would probably look really good because the characters that they use and the style of the profile pictures, I feel like would look really good in an animated series. So I've always thought about, like, imagine you watch your favorite show, like let's say Rick and Morty, and how they got their funding at first was they launched an NFT collection and all the characters in that collection were actual characters in the show. Imagine if Rick and Morty had an actual NFT collection. I mean, the floor price would probably be insane, especially for certain characters. Like imagine your 101 was a Rick or a Morty. I think you guys get the point. So the interesting fact is that this Krapopolis is actually going to have IP. It's confirmed. It is going to be on the show. It says it's going to air 2023, but when you look up on the show, it says that the first episode date is going to be on November 27th, 2022. So I'm not sure if that's true or if it's actually going to air in 2023. The main point is that it's already confirmed. It's going to be on Fox and it's going to be shown to millions of people. So let's actually dive into the roadmap and see what you get for owning one of these crap chickens. So it says that you're going to get token gated content. The best way that I can keep explaining this is imagine if you owned a Rick and Morty token and you got exclusive content for Rick and Morty type episodes or stuff like that. That might not sound interesting, but people who are insane Rick and Morty fans, including me, I love Rick and Morty. Even like I'll look on Instagram or YouTube just to find like little Rick and Morty clips that they've made or that fans have made. So basically it'll be like you'll get token gated content to whatever scenes that they have that they just don't show to the public. They say you'll also get exclusive show voting rights. So take part in deciding on various show details you can later watch unfold as episodes air. That's kind of cool. So it's like, imagine Rick and Morty is creating an episode and they're like, all right, guys, should we do this in the episode or should we do this in the episode? Should we do this or this? Token gated merch. So you'll be able to get merch that no one else has access to meet and greet. So it says that you'll be able to meet cast and crew from the show in live AMAs and get the inside scoop. So that's pretty cool. And then drops and giveaways. So lucky winners among the Krapopolis token holders will be eligible for exclusive NFTs, community contest giveaways, and loads of other surprises. So at the end of the day, what we have could be an incredible IP brand that no one really knows or is talking about. The only person I've seen talking about this is Brett. And I didn't realize that these guys already had a show that was good to go. It's already been set in stone. It's going to for sure air on Fox. Now, the question is, just because it's going to air on Fox, is it going to be a good show? I watched some trailers and it kind of does look funny. And I've seen some of the cast in there. He's in one of my favorite comedies, What We Do in the Shadows. So this show could actually be really good. And if the show is really good, it's going to be in front of millions of people. If the fan base is really intense and they really love the show, what do you think is going to happen to the floor price? The floor price is probably going to explode.
From Dan Harmon, co-creator of Rick and Morty, comes Krapopolis, the first ever animated series curated on the blockchain, and the first Krapopolis NFT collection, Crap Chickens. Minting a one-of-a-kind chicken featuring art from the show unlocks early access to exclusive content like a token-gated screening room, special merch, private experiences, and a chance to vote on stuff that'll appear on the show.
Now keep in mind, it is nearly mid-November. These minted in August 9th, and they're still holding up pretty well at a 0.136 ETH floor price. Now, obviously, the creators of this NFT, being that it is a show, are not going to let it go to zero. That's for one. But the fact that they minted at 0.18 over 4 months, it's sitting pretty nicely. I think that I'm just going to go ahead and do myself a favor and buy this. Okay, so now I own a Krapopolis. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Now, that being said, if these continue to dip before the show comes out, I'll probably look to buy more. I'm not saying anyone should buy any of these. All I'm saying is that this could be a really good IP play due to the fact that this is by a well-known co-creator of Rick and Morty, one of the, if not the biggest animated series of all times with a massive fan base. If this show proves to do really well, if it's really funny, if the fan base goes insane, we're probably going to see an increase in demand for this collection. And it's really interesting that they launched the collection prior to the show releasing, because it almost makes me more bullish that they didn't sell out. Instead of there being 10,420 items, there's now only 3,284 items, which means to get to a higher floor price takes a lot less demand because supply is significantly reduced. So with that being said, if the show does come out and it's an absolute banger, we're probably going to see an increase in floor price. And I love these type of plays because this is where I see NFTs actually headed, not necessarily just like this, but like actual IP plays from creators of big shows and brands and stuff like that, where you're kind of getting a piece of the pie and feeling like you are truly part of that show. Now, again, this show could do absolutely terrible. This could absolutely go to zero. I only bought this to show that I do have some conviction in this because I really do love Rick and Morty. I saw the trailer of the show. It did look kind of funny, so it could do really well. But at the end of the day, I am in the NFT space for a reason, not just to buy and flip JPEGs. It's because I see the opportunity in what the NFT space is going to evolve to. Now, my only caveat with this type of collection is the fact that these are like craft chickens. Now, what I would imagine is, I don't really know, but throughout the show, I feel like these chickens are going to be roaming around. Randomly, they'll just like die or do some funny stuff. It would have almost been cooler if some of them were actual characters for the show, but you know, maybe that's an evolution that we have yet to see, and who knows, maybe that will be like those exclusive NFTs they talked about down the road. Again, just to make it clear, I'm not telling anyone you should buy this collection. All I'm saying is that it's a cool opportunity, and out of all the IP plays that we see in the space continuously repeat, this is one of the only ones that actually has a proven team behind it that has made incredible animated series, that already has an animated series. They've already made it, is already confirmed to be on Fox in front of millions of viewers. So that's why I'm excited just to see how this plays out. And that's why I wanted to buy one, because I kind of wanted to take part, because this is one of the first NFT collections and shows to ever do this. It's one of the first ones to do this. So I kind of just wanted to take part and see how it pans out. Okay, now the very last thing I want to tell my loyal followers before we hop off and end this video is I have something for you absolutely free. Comes with lots of rewards, whitelist spots, a bunch of cool stuff. So just give me a minute to explain this. I am officially on ShuttleBay XYZ, and essentially what it's going to do is allow all my top, all of my most loyal followers and engagers on Twitter and YouTube. Hopefully you're following me on Twitter. If not, make sure to follow me at Blockchain Gavin on Twitter. Essentially all you have to do is log into this platform. I'll leave a link in the bio. It's completely free. If you engage on this platform with my tweets, whether you retweet, like, leave a comment, you will get SP, otherwise known as social points. The top contributors out of you guys, so the top 50 to 100, I'm going to give special rewards and perks. So if you're not on Azeroth and you don't want to pay for Azeroth, I totally get it. This is a way to get rewards from me and my community and what I'm doing for absolute free. So I'm going to be giving away free whitelist spots on every single project that we get, only to the top 50 to 100 engagers. And on top of that, every month, the top contributor will get a free month to Azeroth just for being the top contributor. Again, completely free. I'll leave a link in the bio. All you have to do is get on this platform, interact with my tweets, you'll gain social points, you'll get on the leaderboard, you'll get free whitelist spots, you'll get a bunch of other stuff that I'm working on and curating. That's pretty much it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for always coming back to this YouTube channel. Until next time, peace.